Good morning and welcome to the Sunday morning show where you ask us your start, sit questions. I'm Topher Kurt. You can call me Topher, here with my co-host, Jamie Perog. Thanks for being here, Jamie. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. I'm ready for this start sit. Let's hit the drop. Ready?
Absolutely. Boom. There we go. It's always a nice little fun thing to have that intro going.
So last night I had a dream, right?
Ooh.
And the fantasy gods came to me and said, "You need to start Mason Taylor no matter what. Fit him in your lineup." And I'm starting to think that it was the fantasy devil trying to trick me because I don't think he's.
I mean, his last 2 weeks they've been really good. I've been very impressed with him, so I think I started him in a few different places as well. And yeah, that's could be interesting.
Yeah, he's got one catch for 2 yards. Yeah, way to go.
Yeah, but I mean, at halftime, the Jets literally had like 11 passing yards total. So
Yeah, that's crazy. Yep.
Justin Fields now has 34 passing yards, and there's 3 minutes left in the third quarter. So
I
that's
did take I took a
everyone.
bet under Justin Fields passing yards. I think it was like 180 something.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, there's no way he's going to reach that. So definitely, I took that bet. I'm obviously going to win it, but I'm upset for my fantasy teams where I started Mason Taylor.
Yep. I mean, there's still time for it to turn around, but I mean, I'm not holding my breath as Josh Reynolds is the team's leading target and reception getter with 3 for 3 on 25 yards.
Crazy.
Zach, I am sorry we let you down last week.
Wait, how did we do that? Drop it in the chat. Let us know because we need to learn from our mistakes.
Yes. As in, Jamie needs to learn from his mistakes. I don't make them. So.
And Mike, drop the mic. What up, dude?
Hey. Glad you are here. Make sure you are asking us your start sit questions. Who do you need help with? What are your thoughts on things? Let us know. We are here to help. Do you have any right off the bat, Jamie, while we're waiting for some comments and questions of?
Man, I think I'm all set. I didn't really have many decisions with Quentin Johnson out. I did have one where I have to start either Algier or Kendre Miller, and I personally went Kendre Miller. But what do you think?
I'd go Kendre as well. I think Kendre has the higher upside every week. That's my thought. Zach said Henderson over Stevenson. Okay, I do remember that. And so that is, I mean, that and Jameson over Franklin. But I think neither of those other guys had tremendous weeks. It's not like it's not like Franklin and Stevenson were top 5 guys.
And I don't think you'll find anybody that started Franklin over Jameson Williams.
Yes, there was some discrepancy between Henderson and Stevenson, and I think there's always going to be discrepancy throughout the season until one of them either pulls away or it's just obvious that there's just nothing in, like, there's no leader. They're just going to split. Chad, facing me in our main Dynasty League, and he did not start Jackson Dart and instead has picked up Jacoby Brissett.
Ooh.
And has Jacoby Brissett and Bryce Young as his quarterbacks this week.
Well,
CJ Stroud on bye.
Mike's in the chat. He knows how I love me some Jacoby Brissett. We even had a Jacoby Brissett award on our Tuesday show.
Yeah, let's see. In our league scoring, Chad, the last time Jacoby had over 20 fantasy points was week 11 of 2022. So I wish you the best of luck. So that is going to be fun. You should have asked me about that beforehand. I actually would have told you to start Kyler because you were facing me. But if you weren't facing me, I would have definitely told you to start Dart. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Dart's the man.
He is. Okay. Trying to see if I have any start sit questions. Okay.
Got one in the chat.
Here we go. Dobbs, Stevenson, Downs, or Knight PPR. This is tough.
My first reaction just says Dobbs. Just because of that passing volume he's going to see. Downs, he does have a good matchup in the slot, but we know Tyler Warren also gets those targets. So I think I would go Downs, or not Dubs over Downs and Stevenson. Dubs, yeah, whatever you call him. Dummy. Romeo Dummy.
Real quick, Quentin Johnston is out.
Yeah.
Quentin Johnson.
That's why I had to start Algier or Kendry.
And then another big one, obviously not going to matter, but Riley Leonard is now the backup for Daniel Jones, and Anthony Richardson is now the third string quarterback. But
that's hilarious.
Yes, I think Dobbs clearly here. Dobbs is Love's favorite target. They're going to trounce the Bengals. And we saw last time that the Packers had a routing. Dobbs had 3 touchdowns. Is that going to happen again? Very unlikely. But he's going to look for Dobbs in those situations. So I go Dobbs. My second pick would be Knight. I'd go Dobbs, Knight, Stevenson, Downs in that order. So drop the mic. It says, no more Brissett talk, please. And Chad says, so you're saying there's a chance? No, I'm not. Sorry, bro. Sorry, there's not a chance that it'd be very unlikely for you to beat me, which I'm okay with. Here we go. Malik Washington, Tyler Algier, Tajay Spears, need one.
I think Washington probably has the most upside. I think he can probably be the best choice to get you 9-10 points, but he could also have the best opportunity to get you 15.
Yeah. I agree with that. Maybe Spears has a break. If he's going to get anything in a game, it's going to be this week against the Raiders, but I'm not sold on that by any means. Washington does have the best chance because I feel like they're going to have to throw more against the Chargers. So that's my thought. I'd go Washington as well. Penix or Geno? Oof.
Yeah, this is rough. I don't really want to start Geno Smith this week. So.
Yeah, I'm the same. I came into the season pounding the drum for Geno Smith. I liked what Geno had done in the past. I have been pretty wrong about that so far.
He had some good games here and there.
Yes, he's had 2 good games and 3 bad games. He's had more than 1 interception in 3 out of 5 games. So let me look at Penix because I have not been keeping up with him very much. He's in a similar boat as Gino has had 2 startable games, 2 non-startable games, and he was on bye week last week. They're playing the Bills, so in order to stay in contention with the Bills, they're going to have to throw. But is that going to be good throwing? Is that going to be bad throwing? I'm leaning Penix. I'm leaning Penix because he has a lower propensity for interceptions, but that's not a hugely. Either one of them is rough. So Penix versus Buffalo, I know, but Gino might have a really good game against Tennessee. It's at home, but
So what I'm looking at, like in my rankings, I have Penix at 16, Gino at 23. And I'm obviously, I just looked at the consensus. Consensus has both outside of top 20.
Yeah. I was going to say, Penix at 16 is pretty high in my book.
No, it's not. It's because of the people I have after him. Like Aaron Rodgers and, Mac Jones, people like that. But like Tua, I'm looking at the consensus and I see Matt Harmon has Penix at 18. So that makes me feel a little bit better about my ranking.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit. Yeah, on Fantasy Pros, Smith is 21, Penix is 22. So I think it's a crapshoot, Zach. I'm sorry we don't have a better answer for you. I think either way it could go. You have no idea where it's going to go. Let's be real. There's no.
I'm not changing my rankings. I'm still keeping Penix around that 16, and
I'd be concerned that halfway through this game, if Gino's thrown 2 interceptions by halftime, he gets benched. There's already been talk about that. I think that if he does not do a good outing in the first half, he could be on the bench. So I think you start Penix because you know that he's not in risk of that.
Who is the backup? Because I think Aiden O'Connell. Oh, Pickett. Jesus. Yes. I was going to say Aiden O'Connell would be a good option as a backup, but I think he's hurt.
Yeah. So they traded for Kenny Pickett.
Boo.
So, yeah. So.
And with Bowers out, I mean, it's kind of hard to start Geno Smith.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Go Penix. Go Penix. To continue my tight end woes this year, Juwan Johnson or Kyle Pitts.
Oh, I love Juwan Johnson. I put every prop bet I could on this dude.
Dang.
See if I can pull some stuff up. I don't know if I have it written down.
Because his first 3 weeks, he looked like he was going to be a target machine. He was averaging over 9 targets a game and had 51, 49, and 76 yards. In the last 2 weeks, he's had 7 total targets and 28 and 17 yards, respectively.
All right. So, who are the Saints playing this week?
The New England Patriots.
Yeah, I don't have anything written down, but I just know I put a bunch of prop bets on him because when I was doing my research, I noticed the Patriots aren't that great against tight ends.
Yeah, let me look at what I got. Patriots are, according to Yahoo's fantasy points against, New England Patriots are the 7th best matchup for tight ends.
Okay, so I have
they also allow the 2nd most yardage to tight ends per game.
So for fantasy points, I'm looking. They allow the 4th most fantasy points to tight ends.
Oh, from where?
Fantasy Six Pack. Joe Bond does this points against, but it's close. Like Green Bay's like 0.2 behind. Seattle's actually tied. So actually, they're tied for 3rd most fantasy points at 17.3. So that's where I got my prop bets from, where I took all the bets on Juwan Johnson. Plus, he had, one game last week where he only had like 4 targets, but before that, he was getting like 9, 10.
Well, yeah, I just talked about that. The last Well, his last 2 weeks, he's only had 7 total targets combined. Before that, he was at 8, 9, and 11. So his last 2 weeks have been suffering. And here's something to think about. The Buffalo Bills are 31st against tight ends, according to Yahoo Fantasy Points against. So they are only allowing 4.56 points to the tight end position.
Okay, on this one, I know there's going to be discrepancy, but they're second worst at 5.7. So
yeah,
so they are at the bottom.
Yeah. So it might just be how they are scoring things and stuff. But because it doesn't give me a definite, like, how are they scoring this sort of thing. Yeah, it does not give me any of that, but I'm sure it's something within like Yahoo's standard or half point PPR scoring. Yeah, I'm going Juwan Johnson on this. Yep. I don't love it, but because of the team, but I'm going Juwan Johnson on that. Tua or Spencer Rattler?
Oh, that's ugly, dude.
Yes, it is. On Fantasy Pros, they are back-to-back. Spencer Rattler at 23, Tua at 24.
So for me, I got Tua at 21 and Rattler at 26.
I think this is tough. This is gross. I can see why you're struggling.
I would just throw Tua in just because it's a better offense. He's got, I mean, I guess you could say better weapons, right?
Yeah. I would say that I'd probably go Tua as well. He has had at least 2 passing touchdowns in 4 of his 5 games this season. Spencer Rattler has only had 1 game of 2 or more passing touchdowns on the season. I think he's going to give you a better floor. Even if his yardage isn't amazing, Spencer Rattler has his season high is 225. Tua's is 315. So I think that there's higher upside with Tua. And I mean, both teams are going to be playing from behind. Let's be real. So that I'm going Tua, but I feel for you. Bill Clinton, Krosky, Merritt, Alexander Hamilton III, or Rico Dowdle. Oof.
This is so easy to me. Okay. I got Dowdle inside my top 10. I put him right around that James Cook. So, like, I would say 9, 10.
Yeah.
JCM is outside my top 20, like right around 21. I got him at 21.
Really?
So, for me, this is easy. Dowdle he's been awesome.
He's been awesome in 1 game.
Yeah. And he's going against Dallas, who is horrible.
Oh, and I'm not arguing that by any means. But I don't know. Is he going to play that same way again? I'm worried that he's got this big hype because he smashed 200 yards. Like he did amazing. But I'm concerned. And I think that the Bears give up the 4th most fantasy points to the running back, and actually the most rushing yards to the running back per game this season at 140.8. I think you and Dallas Cowboys are 6th best, and they're only allowing 91.4 rushing yards. However, they are allowing the most receiving yards to the running back at 59.8, while the Bears only allow 30.3. I think this is a good question. I like it. Who are you starting in front of them? Because I have them both within my top 16. I have Dowdle at 13, JCM at 16.
So you think I'm a little too high on Dowdle, like inside my top 10? Because I think he gets smashed 20 points this game, in my opinion.
I agree with that. But I always get scared by big flashy games that come out of nowhere, especially from a backup like Kendrick Bourne. We're not going to see that again. We might see something like it from Rico, especially against Dallas, but who knows? I always get hesitant on backups flashy games.
But it just worries me that there's like Chris Rodriguez and Jeremy McNichols in that backfield that is going to take away from Krosky Merritt.
Oh, yeah. And that is a very valid concern right there. Let's see. Let's look at last week for the Commanders. Week 5, running back, snap percentage. Okay, so last week, which was Bill's bigger breakout game, he had 50% snap share, while the other two were at 26 and 24. But he had 61% of the team's designated rush attempts, while McNichols had 4, Rodriguez had 22%. Sorry. And thank you. Okay. And Krosky Merritt was in for every inside the 5-yard line rushing attempts. So I think that Bill has that. I think he's getting that backfield locked up. I think, and he says very shallow league. Running backs are Jonathan Taylor, Bijan Robinson. Yeah, those are them. I think
that's funny because I have a parlay for a touchdown, a touchdown parlay with all those guys in it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I think you could start either one. I'm going Krosky Merritt because I think it's a safer play, but also you have running backs that are very solid in front of them, so you could go with the Rico Dowdle and still not suffer as much. If he doesn't perform.
I'm going to go with the upside play in a shallow league like that. If it's 18, you're going to want the most upside. So I would go the opposite and go Dowdle.
Yeah, that's fair. So, Chad, Shakir or Kamara in the flex full PPR?
This is close for me. I got them right around the same amount of points scored. Oh, man. Because I'm starting Kendre Miller. We talked at the top of the show because I need a fill-in. He is getting more work, and Kamara's getting less work.
Yeah,
I think they're going to want to trade Kamara, and they're going to want to keep him healthy because if Kamara gets hurt, no one's going to want to trade for him.
And Kamara doesn't want to leave. He's made that very obvious as well this week, saying I want to stay here, but it is a business. And sometimes people, even if they're loyal, can get screwed over. He does have an ankle injury, but he was questionable into today after being limited throughout the week. He is playing today. He's officially active. But his snap percentage over the past 4 weeks have gone from 86, 74, 73 to 56. His rush attempts have gone from 21 to 18 to 15 to 8. So I'm going Shakir. Shakir has 2 games of 45 receiving yards and then 2 games of 64 and 69. So he's getting you middling numbers. He's almost a solid 10 points every week. And Kamara's highest of the season is 13.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go Shakur.
Yes.
I mean, I got Shakur at wide receiver 27 and Kamara running back 25.
Here's what I would do. I'd try and get Kamara, trade him. That's what I did. I just traded Kamara for Stephon Diggs straight up. And I loved it. Right? I like Diggs more. I like Diggs more than I like Kamara. And I was like, hey, you know what? Let me throw this out there. There's a guy that needed a running back more on his team. And I needed a wide receiver more. So it helped us both. But I should be winning that trade. Sorry, Sorry, late today. That's all good, J-Man. You are all good. It was not already asked. Worthy or Coleman, full PPR? Worthy, easily.
100% Worthy. Easy.
Keon Coleman. Oh, my God. Let's see. I've got some information about him that I talked about on my fantasy show, my other one this week of that I do with Fantasy Now Plus. Wednesday night show, 7 p.m. You should check it out because then you can go check out Jamie later that evening.
Yes, I am going to be on this week with you, right?
Yes, he will. So he'll be on here, and then he's got other shows right after that you can check out. So we will be working together this Wednesday night, 7 p.m. CST. Check out Fantasy Now Plus for that. I do want to tell you about Keon Coleman and why I don't like him. Keon, I loved him coming in, and no. He's only topped 70 yards twice in his 18 career games. He's only had 5 or more receptions in 2 of his 18 career games. He's had 0, 1, or 2 receptions in 7 of his 18 career games. This season, he's only eclipsed 30 yards twice. Without his big first week 1 game, here's his per game averages: 4.5 targets, 3.25 receptions, 28.5 yards, and he scores 4 times a year. That is not anything even close to what Xavier Worthy is given. I'm trying to trade Keon Coleman to the Josh Allen owner and convince him that he's worth something.
That's awesome. So I have Xavier Worthy, wide receiver 8 this week. Yeah, I might be a little too high on him.
Yeah, you are.
But I'm looking at the consensus. They have him around, like, I see 10, 11, 13, another 11. But I do see an 8, another 8, another a 7, another 7. So am I really too low on this guy? Or am I too high on him? I don't think so.
I've got him at wide receiver 16.
I mean, it's still better.
Actually, hold on. Wide receiver 17 because with Quentin Johnston out, I'm moving up Keenan Allen and Lad McConkey.
Yes. Okay.
I put Lad in front of Xavier. So Xavier Worthy, I've got him at 17.
But I have Coleman at 41, so that's a huge discrepancy.
Oh, Coleman's not even in my top 50.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely go with the high upside with Worthy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel like that's the easiest question we've gotten this week, and I appreciate it.
Well, even though you have Josh Allen, it doesn't matter. Like,
you don't have to.
Yeah, stacks are good, especially in best ball. But go with the better player. Like, I'm not gonna sit McConkey for, I don't know, Jalen Coker just because I have her Coker's quarterback.
Exactly. Like, you know what? I think that there's, I think there's some validity to stacking, but you don't have to just trade for that. Earlier, when we were talking about Dowdle, Drop the Mic says Dowdle revenge game.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
I feel like it is a revenge game. I absolutely agree. But I feel like if he produces like last week again, I will be so wrong and I will be so happy for it. But I'm concerned. I'm concerned. But here we go. He doesn't like fantasy football anymore. Had to play Njoku in my super flex spot. However, while yes, that sucks, I will tell you, Njoku with Dylan Gabriel last week had 9 targets, 6 receptions for 67 yards and a touchdown. He was the go-to guy for Dylan Gabriel. And I think that there's a chemistry there. I think that Dylan Gabriel trusts him right off the bat. So I think that even though starting a tight end in your super flex position sucks, but I like Njoku this week.
I also like Njoku, and when I was placing my bets, I was taking like the points against the defenses. And when I got to Pittsburgh, I can't remember, they allow top 7 points to tight ends. And I couldn't pull the trigger on it. Like, I was gonna do his over on yards, over on receptions, but then Fannon's in the back of my mind.
Yeah, I get that. Fannin is there, but I don't think he's
there. For bet wise, I kind of skipped over the Cleveland tight ends, even though Pittsburgh allows 7th most fantasy points to tight ends. But I do like starting Njoku in lineups.
Yes. Absolutely. Roll the dice with Jawan Jennings since his game is in the late window, or go with Cooper Kupp.
Oh, I'll roll the dice with Jennings. I believe he is going to play, right?
That's what I've been seeing. I would lean that way as well. Cooper Kupp last week had 9 targets. It's his second game with 9 targets. He's a fringe flex spot probably, but I don't know.
But I think Jennings is like a low-end wide receiver 2 play.
Yes.
So I have him in my top 24, 25. Kupp, I don't want anything to do with Kupp, man.
No.
I have him in the Scott Fishbowl, and I don't want to start Cooper Kupp.
Ugh. Yeah, and that's 20,000 starting spots right there. Yeah, I'm with you. It's rough out there. It's rough out there.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
You know what, Jamie? I'm pretty white, but I feel like you are whiter than me. And the fact that you just sang it like you were a politician almost right there just brought me so much joy. It's the most articulate thing you've said all season. Worthy was questionable all week, so it scares me. Yeah,
here's the thing. So Sleeper had him as doubtful, even though he was cleared to practice and play. And I'm pretty sure if you look at it now, he's still doubtful or whatever. But that was a Sleeper mistake. Sleeper messed up. They need to get on top of this, because even though they had him clearing the play, they still had him as doubtful.
Yep.
So don't get fooled. He is playing.
Yes, I agree. Okay. Io Manor over Tyquan Thornton, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Io Manor is probably safer in PPR leagues. He's going to get targets. He's got a great matchup, because I actually love Calvin Ridley this week too because of the matchup.
Yeah.
Thornton, I mean, he's just that big playability.
Yeah.
So I would bank on the targets and catches for the catching Canuck.
So here's something to think about. Before Thursday night, Devonta Smith and Tyquan Thornton had the same amount of yards with 272 yards, and Thornton had 3 touchdowns. He had 3 out of 5 of his games with 50-plus yards, and he has the highest yards per reception in the league for wide receivers that have at least 10 reception. However, his snap share has gone criminally low. It averaged weeks 1 through 3 at 74%, weeks 4 and 5 at 39%. So he is not playing nearly as much. Alec Io Manor is going to be on the field. He's going to be seeing snaps, seeing catches. I like Tyquan Thornton's upside a lot more, but I am concerned that if he doesn't get that upside, boom. This is also last week you have any relevance in playing Tyquan Thornton, because Rashid Rice comes back next week. So I'm going Io Manor, but I would not hate you if you started Thornton, because Io Manor is not getting you anything crazy right now. So if you want to go for the upside of Thornton, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I would just do the safety of the catching Canuck.
Also, drop the mic. Jamie is whiter than me, and that's saying something. I love that. Okay, Running back 2, 0.5 PPR. I had Carter in line to start with Bam. With the Bam news, I need a new RB2. Miller on my bench. Gainwell, Haskins, Algier, McNichols are on waivers. What would you do?
So wait, he had Carter in his lineup.
So he has.
Yeah. Okay. So we kind of hashed this out earlier because I have Kendry and Algier. We decided Kendry over Algier, but Haskins is going to be the starter.
Yeah.
So I think I would go Haskins over both of them. Gainwell has a hard matchup versus the Browns. Plus, he's going to be splitting time with what's his face coming back, Jalen Warren.
Yes, that's what I'm concerned about. Is that his role becomes nothing now that, or very minimal now that Warren's back.
Can't really trust McNichols. He's in a 3-headed backfield.
Yep.
Oh man, so
either Haskins or Miller for me.
I'm gonna go Haskins.
I'm going Haskins as well.
Yeah,
but
it was between Haskins and Miller for me also, and I think I'm gonna lean Haskins.
Yeah, I'm going Haskins as well. I think that there's some definite upside there. They have to run the ball to someone.
Yeah. And Vidal is more of that pass catching running back. So when they do the grind it out yards, goal line carries, it's going to be Haskins.
It will be. Yes. Okay. Xavier Worthy did not practice yesterday. Did he not?
I thought he did.
Well, let's see. Because if
up.
It's an injury concern, okay, Worthy did not practice on Thursday. Let's see. The young receiver then logged a full practice on Friday. Does not have an injury designation for Sunday night's game. So that's what I'm reading on Sleeper as of Rotoballer via Rotoballer 2 days ago. So I think he's playing. I think he's going to play. But if you're concerned about the injury, the nice thing is that Coleman plays on Monday night, so you don't have to fret it until you see Worthy's playing or Worthy's not, because he's playing later after Worthy. Okay, Roger, thanks for joining us. Puka Nacua, Jalen Waddle, James Cook, Jahmyr Gibbs, and McMillan in the flex. McConkey and Dowdle on my bench. Would I make any changes? No, I would not.
Sorry, I was getting rid of a spam message.
You're good.
So what's this? Then I have McConkey, Dowdle on my bench. So yeah, McConkey and Dowdle. Man, dude, you got a stacked lineup.
Yes, you do.
I'm not sitting McMillan. Yeah, McConkey is more towards wide receiver 20 for me. I have Dowdle inside my top 10, like we talked about earlier, but I don't know if I could start him over Cook.
Correct.
You don't want, even though, say I have Dowdle one spot ahead of Cook, if it was my lineup, I am not going to sit James Cook for Dowdle, even though I love Dowdle this week. Shit. Yeah, no, keep what you have, man.
Yep, I'm keeping it. That is
a great fucking lineup, though.
That's a great problem to have. That is a very good problem to have, let me tell you. I like that for you. Glad I'm not in your league. And CRDM 0405, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. We appreciate you coming and asking us questions. Make sure that you keep those questions going. We still have 20 minutes of time to help you out however we can. So,
all right. Are we at the end of our questions? Because I do have a couple prop bets if y'all want to hear.
Let's do it.
So Ted McMillan, man, his prop is 71.5 yards. I'm taking that over because he's been seeing 8 to 10 targets every single week, and now he faces Dallas. That's a weak-ass secondary, so I'm going to exploit that.
Yes.
Definitely take the over. I could even see him going over 100. So if you want to juice it up and go like 90 to 100, do that all day. And I'm going to give him an anytime touchdown. What do you think about my Ted McMillan?
I like it. Sorry, I got distracted for a second because I was just looking at the Broncos Jets score. Jets are winning 11-10 because of a safety.
Jesus. All right.
Because there's a holding penalty enforced in the end zone when they were at the Denver was at the 3-yard line and went back. And that caused the safety. That's insane. Okay.
Roger, we appreciate you, man. Oh, so remember last year, this guy was in every single one of our chats every week, right?
Yeah.
And then I randomly commented on a Facebook group chat, and he was like, "Oh, I used to watch that every day last year, and didn't know you guys were still doing it." So welcome back, welcome back,
Yes,
Roger,
thank
man.
you.
We appreciate you for real.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, 1 and 4. It's it's any given Sunday. I have to remind myself of that every single week. That it's just any given Sunday that things can happen. You know, the week that the Browns beat the Packers, any given Sunday.
And last year when the Browns beat the Baltimore Ravens,
yes,
that was never gonna happen again. So
or the Houston Texans devouring the Ravens 44-10. Like any given Sunday, it's last week.
So speaking of that, man, so the Browns are facing the Steelers this week, right?
Yep.
I am guaranteeing a Steelers win, but I got some pushback from someone that's not even a Browns fan. And I brought up the fact that, well, the Steelers, they're coming off of a bye week. The Browns are coming off from overseas.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of factor that in. And the fact that the Steelers never lost to the Browns the last 18 straight wins when hold on. When the Steelers come off of a bye week or a win the previous week, the Steelers always beat the Browns. The last 18 straight wins. And that's happening. They're coming off a bye week.
Oof. Yeah. Okay, got a couple questions in here. Full PPR, no tight end premium, but there is return yards. Tyler Warren, I want to get in my lineup. Jamie has a screenshot, way too much for typing. Jamie, tell us.
Oh, he just sent me this. All right, so he's starting Drake May, ETN, Walker, Metcalf, Pollard, London, Brian Thomas Jr., Malik Washington, Ferguson. You have to start Ferguson.
Can you take out Malik?
It's a wide receiver spot. It's not a flex.
Well, can you flex somebody?
Oh yeah, put Metcalf in your flex. Take out Malik. Right? Hold on, wait.
Put Metcalf in your wide receiver.
Yeah, put Metcalf in your wide receiver.
And then put Warren in your flex.
Warren in the flex. Yes. Yeah. Yes, let's do that.
Easy, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, Tyler Warren, easy play. Easy play.
I mean, I have Jake Ferguson, I think, over Tyler Warren this week. So Ferguson's my number 1. Tyler Warren's my number 2 tight end.
Same here. Same here. Absolutely.
So let's get him into that lineup, man.
Yeah. Okay. Zay Flowers or Michael Pittman, PPR. I will tell you that Zay Flowers has hit at least 70 yards in 3 out of his 4 games. And Michael Pittman has only hit 42 or more yards in 2 of his 5 games. However, him and Daniel Jones have a brilliant connection, and he scored 4 out of the last 5 weeks. And that's a trend that could continue. Flowers was also questionable throughout the week. He was, let's see. It's his shoulder, but he played with the injury last week. Ian Rappaport suggests that Flowers isn't likely to be 100% and is a candidate to play less than his typical allotment of snaps. Yeah. So in last week's loss, he was the top pass catcher, which should be the correct thing. I think I'm also looking right here. You're probably not going to get a touchdown out of Zay Flowers, but you're probably going to get at least 50 yards, 5 catches and 50 yards, if not more.
So,
with Michael Pittman, 5 catches and 50 yards could be 5 catches. Yes. 50 yards could be a stretch. Touchdown is a lot more likely though.
Here's the thing. So if you think Flowers is going to get 50 yards, last week, Cooper Rush only had 77 total yards. So if he's going to get a 75% of the team's yards.
Cooper Rush had 179 passing yards. I don't know where you're getting that from, Bucko.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
Yeah, because
but still,
Zay Flowers had 72 of that 179. So I'm going Pittman. I love Flowers. Flowers is going to give you a better floor. Pittman will give you a better ceiling.
Yeah, so I have Pittman right at that wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 mark at 25. Flowers more towards that 35.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would take Pittman over Flowers.
Yeah, I have, let's see. I have Pittman at 20, Zay Flowers at 25. So I would, even against my rankings, I would do that. I would start Pittman. Okay. Even though I am Zay Flowers' #1 fan.
Oh, I must be his #2 fan then, because I was all on Zay Flowers this year going into the season.
I've been Zay Flowers since he came out. Boom. Okay. We still got about 12 minutes left. If you have questions, comments, let us know. What are your prop bets that you were going to talk about?
So I have another one. This is deep. All right. So I call it my slot prop. So I'm taking Olamadeus Zaccheaus over 2.5 receptions and 25.5 yards. And here's why. You look at him, he's like, oh, well, he's wide receiver 74 on the year. So why am I taking his prop bet? It's because Washington allows the third most points to the slot receiver. Zaccheaus has been playing about 60% of his snaps in the slot. He has a 17% target share, which is about 5 to 6 targets a week. So give him 3 to 4 targets or 3 to 4 catches and 40 yards this week. So if his prop is over 2.5 and 25.5, I'm taking over on that. What do you think about that? Plus, they're coming off of a bye week.
I need to look at Zaccheaus' stuff.
Yeah, like I said, it's a deep play, but I think it's smart because it's only 2.5 receptions, 25.5 yards. I could see him getting 3 to 4 catches for 40 yards.
He has had 4, 2, 3, and 5 receptions on the season. He's had 2 games above 40 yards, 2 games below 25. I think it's a risky one, but I think it could benefit him. I think it could work. Absolutely. So I have one that I thought could really work out for me. It is 3 players. I have Cam Ward at higher than 206.5 passing and rushing yards combined. CMC with 48.5 receiving yards, and Josh Jacobs at 29.5 receiving yards. The Josh Jacob one, the bet line when I was making this yesterday, I think it was 14.5 for the standard bet for the Packers for his. Right now it's 15.5. Yesterday is 14.5. Over the last two games, he has had 44 and 71 receiving yards. And he's not normally a receiving back, but there's something that they have found lately between him and Jordan Love that they're funneling to him. He is becoming their number one receiver statistically. So I don't think it stops.
Yeah, I like that. I can't go against any of what you just said.
Yeah, and let's see, I put that down on underdog $5 and I can get 51.6 from it. Sometimes
Nice.
you don't have to go for the big shots. I sent Jamie a big shot yesterday and was like, hey, I'm gonna try and score for the moon. If I get it, it's almost $3,000 for me. And I only put $10 down. So I'm really shooting for the moon. But you can't bet that way every single time. Take a bet like that every week and then go and find more accessible bets. Like I made a $4 bet on the Broncos-Jets game that I'm barely going to miss. I have J.K. Dobbins at 14.5 rush attempts. He's at 14. Evan Ingram at 5.5 receptions. He's at 5. Breece Hall, 17.5 rush attempts. He's at 21. So unless if something miraculous happens when Broncos get the ball, Broncos do have the ball. So let's see. So as it is third down right now. So if they throw to Evan Ingram, then I can get it, which would be awesome. Javonte Williams, anytime touchdown score? Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yep.
So speaking of anytime touchdowns, these are my guarantees of the week. I got Josh Jacobs for an anytime touchdown.
Yep.
I got Jonathan Taylor for an anytime touchdown. I got Bijan, and I have Genty as an anytime touchdown. Now, if you take that, I believe it's plus 420. Smoke it up. Now, if you want to add this one, add Rico Dottle for an anytime touchdown. That jumps up to plus 800.
Dang.
Yes. So I did both.
I have CMC anytime touchdown as well.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much a guarantee. I should have added that one. Damn.
Right. I do not like to do anytime touchdown bets because I feel like touchdowns are
they're volatile.
Yes. They're so fickle, and I hate doing bets with them. But I go, what is realistic right now? What could actually happen? And I try and throw about like 5 or 6 into them. Could you repeat who you had just so then I can copy it?
Yeah, so I got Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor, Bijan Robinson, and Genty. And then I also did another one where I added Rico Dottle.
Okay.
And what I like to do is I like to look at Kyle Senra's goal line guide.
Yes.
Because if you go to Kyle Senra's here on Going for Two with us, but if you look at his Fantasy Six-Pack goal line guide, that can really help you with these anytime touchdown props.
Yes. Absolutely. Okay. Early games only. Underdog, touchdown card. Williams, Dowdle, Taylor, ETN. I don't love the ETN.
I don't like the ETN either, man, but it could happen. I just don't want to bet on it.
I would, if I'm going to bet early slate, another one that I'm going to bet on is Kyren Williams.
Man, every time I bet a Kyren Williams touchdown, he doesn't get it. But every time I don't love it, he gets it.
Correct. But hold on. Kyren Williams has scored in every game this season besides, well, hold on. Underdog has it funny for their week, whatever he did last week. Yeah, so Kyron Williams has scored in 3 out of 5 of his games this year, and they play against Baltimore today.
So, yeah, I can see a Kyron touchdown.
The Jets currently have the ball with a chance to win with 0 net passing yards on a game.
All right, let's throw it to Mason Taylor. Let's give Mason Taylor a touchdown. Come on.
Oof.
If anyone is into IDP props, take a Micah Parsons sack, maybe even 2 sacks.
Micah
Parsons, yes, because he's facing Micah. I don't know how you pronounce it. Micah. Yeah. Take his anytime sack. Take 2. Take 3+ sacks because he's facing the Bengals' horrible offensive line, and Joe Flacco, old man, is just going to be rolling around in that backfield with a wheelchair, just trying to get away from him. I see it happening. Yeah. Or if you want to go deeper, Rashad Gary, take his sack prop.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So I also want to take Brian Thomas Jr., his receiving yard prop, over 58.5.
Yep.
Because despite him having a slow start to the season, he is running 90% of the routes. And he's seeing a 23% target share. And he's also seeing 96 air yards per game, which is top 12 for wide receivers. So I'm banking on making a receiving yard over for BTJ this week. That seems legit.
Yes. I am also going to go over 66.5 for Ladd McConkey this week.
Yes, I love that. I did the Ladd McConkey and Keenan Allen prop together. So I'm taking Ladd McConkey over his receptions, and I'm taking Keenan Allen with both over his receptions and his yards.
Yeah. What about a Quinshon Judkins for a touchdown? I mean, I've thought about it.
I thought about it, and I actually think I almost hit the button on it, but I backed out the last time just because it is the Browns, and we can't trust the Browns.
Exactly.
If there was going to be a touchdown in this game, I think it's going to either be Njoku or Fannin, and if they get 2 touchdowns this game, I think Judkins can get the other one. But I don't see him scoring more than 2 touchdowns.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to bet on the Browns.
Yeah, I learned that. Like even if I bet against the Browns, they somehow screw me over and they end up winning. So yes. I don't do it anymore.
Nope. I'm with you. Not gonna do that. There we go. Okay. Well, looks like we are just hitting that half hour before games are going to start time. So thank you so much for everybody that came and watched, listened, asked questions. We appreciate you and your time. Jamie, do you have anything before we sign off?
Yeah, just make sure you check out Fantasy Now Plus next Wednesday at 8 p.m. regular time. That's normal people time at the East Coast.
Or 7 p.m. Central.
Topher does a show every single week. I never miss it. And this week, I am going to be a guest on his show.
Absolutely.
So check that out. And then, my IDP Center. Go check that out at 10:15 Eastern Time every Wednesday. And then right here, Sunday mornings. And then Tuesday at Going for Two, drop the mic, and I do a cheat sheet.
Yes. Okay. Boom. Well, thank you again so much for watching. Make sure you check out our other shows and also come back for us next week. next Sunday to hear more from us. What do you have to say to sign us off, Jamie?
Just make sure you win because no one likes a loser.